Welcome back to Sustained Overruled. Let's see, it's like 5 minutes. I'm all right. Sorry about that, folks. I was parenting, okay? I was trying to parent, not succeeded. My kid twisted my arm, and here we are. All right, so hold on, let me share my screen. Let's share the screen. Okay, so obviously we talked about the Luigi Mangione. I believe that's how you say his last name. We talked about him. This kid is all over my feed. Okay, I'm trying to find other information, but he's all over my feed. So we're gonna talk about him. Okay. Um, there are questions, obviously, in the very beginning, and my Wi-Fi is kind of tripping. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is it's a little suspect, but I'll keep an eye on it. Um, So apparently, fingerprints, a gun match the scene of the murk of the CEO. No bueno, no bueno, as far as he's concerned. But I still think he has a good defense. Let's get into this. I was gonna come up here and talk about the sheriff. We probably need to talk about the sheriff and the judge out of Kentucky, but. Kind of want to do a pre-recorded video on that, so that might have to wait until the weekend. We'll see how the flow of this video goes. Let's get into this. But they have DNA. People want DNA. Jurors usually want DNA. Well, they have it.
Have been searching for evidence to link 26-year-old Luigi Mangione.
And if anybody in here has ever been to Cuba, let me know what your experience was like. Give me tips. Yeah, I'm planning a trip to Cuba. So
to the murder of United Healthcare's CEO, and they may have found.
folks.
Eyewitness News reporter Jaysha Patel joins us live from the newsroom this morning with the breaking.
I listened when I was at work. Let me look at my screenshots. When I was at work, I listened to some pressers with his attorney. There's really nothing there. Oh, we do have to talk about the extradition because we did not talk about that last night. Yeah, I listened to pressers with his attorney. There's really not much out there. I mean, he's a turning, okay? He's a turning, and you don't really get a lot out of criminal defense attorneys, which is the right thing, but he was not really revealing much.
Development.
According to the attorney, the state has nothing. So, yeah, apparently he did not actually see any evidence.
It's Jaysha.
Philip Giovanna, we just learned moments ago that the NYPD commissioner says the gun found on Luigi Mangione matches the shell casings found at the crime scene in New York where Brian Thompson was killed. We also learned this morning fingerprints were recovered from items near that shooting.
Let's see what's Greg saying. Hey, old bag. Hey, FFS. Hey, Diggy. Hey, Greg. Okay, so Greg says sometimes you have to reset Wi-Fi and clear all crap off device. Well, I have to do that. I suppose I have to do that because I don't actually. Yeah, well, I'm gonna do that, but let me do that after. I'll do that after the live. Hey, old bag, what's up?
They were smudged, but law enforcement sources say they appear to match the ones taken from Mangione.
Old bag said, "Shout out to everyone." That's right. Shout out to everybody.
After his arrest in Pennsylvania.
All right.
This morning, we're learning fingerprints could potentially be the first.
FFS, how are you able to tell who's in here? I know you once told me to click on something. I don't know. Can I do that? I'm just getting distracted. Let me get back. We're gonna get back to this.
Forensic tie between.
Oh, and then we have a video from. We have a video from Real Thing. Hopefully, we're able to get into that. But the Kayla Bumpus, I probably have to rename this title. In any event, the Kayla Bumpus video is pretty lengthy. Okay, it's pretty lengthy. I don't know if we'll be able to get through all of it. We'll try. Let's just get it.
Luigi Mangione and the murder of Brian Thompson. Mangione was taken into custody earlier this week after he was spotted at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, how are you able to tell that Ellie is in here? How can you do that? How is it that I cannot tell who's on here? Shout out to Ellie, though. I don't know. Let's get back into this.
Yeah, eating a hash brown. A worker thought.
So, oh, never mind. I was gonna say because I thought he was eating a nugget, but okay, hash brown makes
He
sense.
looked like the
Breakfast.
suspect.
The worker that took his order.
Some folks are claiming that this person that they caught is not does not look like the masked man. So what are your thoughts? Because to me, I'm like, that nose kind of looks like him.
She said his eyes and his
Not this man
eyebrows.
again.
She just thought it was him.
Law enforcement officials recovered a backpack he had with him.
Yeah, he left a
Inside, they
trail of
found a notebook
evidence.
along with a semi automatic pistol and what appears to be a 3D printed silencer, also fake IDs.
All right.
Officials say they also found writings that included plans on how to kill Thompson. They say Mangione meant.
Okay, so because I was thinking about this, I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about this case, and I've been thinking about the victim, right? Because I was trying to figure out, did he scout this man out, or was he looking to just, off anybody that um, is employed or has a high rank in the healthcare? Like, I don't know, but I guess he was the intended target, not
Mentioned the
random.
Unabomber and how using explosives could kill innocent people.
Mm.
The writings are still being examined, but detectives are looking to see if
They're
something
not gonna
written
stop
could
playing
represent
that
a
clip.
confession to the murder. This morning, his attorney says they've yet to see that
The attorney
evidence.
did not say
There was one
anything.
document, an arrest warrant from the state of New York,
Dang,
which merely
FFS.
referenced the statute. We've seen no evidence.
FFS said free that man. FFS wants them to free Luigi. All right, let's see. I cannot keep up with what is this? Oh, bet you're crazy. Hey, Zoloft, Zillow, Zipper. We can't even get through a commercial without jumping off to something else. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, Old Bag says it's the same person. I think so too, but some folks, I do enjoy good conspiracies though. Like if it's a good conspiracy, I'm all for it. But in this case, I'm like, that looks like the same person to me. That looks like the same person to me. Okay, you guys are still talking about the 3D printer. I still could not find the man in New York because the only thing I keep seeing on my feed is Luigi. Uh, okay. Greg says I downloaded AdGuard the other day. I have not seen one ad. It's free. Greg, please don't have us downloading virus. Don't have us downloading viruses and everything else. I don't know why you guys are seeing ads though, because my channel is not monetized. So I don't know why you're seeing ads. I have no idea. Old bag, I'm buying a 3D print at the moment to a new kit. That's actually a good one. FFS says it's not the same guy. Nathan, wait. Come on now. Hey, Brooklyn, what's up? Hope you had a great day. All right, let's get back into
Evidence. That's one of the many reasons why we're challenging the extradition at this point, so we can see some evidence and get a little more detailed information about the charges against Luigi.
Detectives
My
are
vision is terrible, but I'm trying to see what's this man's name. The attorney. I had to look this up earlier. I forgot. I wanted to see if he's
Detectives are
licensed
trying to
in New
figure
York
out
or
the
not.
motive behind the murder. Sources say investigators are interviewing Mangione's family, possibly asking about internet posts he allegedly wrote about back pain, sciatica, and more. Mangione's former roommate in Hawaii says he knew Mangione struggled with a back injury.
All right.
Unfortunately, he did let me know that the severity of his back issue was such
Oh.
that it was very difficult
That's good.
to
Thanks,
have
Brooklyn.
physical
I'll search
relationships
that
with
up.
women, that it
Do you
made
know if he's licensed in New York or not?
things painful.
Mangione is facing a gun and forgery charges in Pennsylvania and a second-degree murder charge in New York. His attorney.
I don't know. My position has not changed. Okay. Greg, that is a good one. Greg said that his outbursts prove that it's him, or maybe he might just be an outbursty person, if that's even a word. I think it's the same person, but I still think my position has not changed. My position has not shifted. I think that this is still it would make a good defense case. I still, my position has not changed. Obviously, I do not condone the gunning down of the CEO. But if we are going back to the concept of the distinction between factual truth and substantive truth, this is a good defense case. I've seen a few posts about it on Reddit. Basically, these are on the lawyer subreddits though, where folks are kind of, not that they're eager to represent him, but a lot of attorneys do recognize that this is a good case, because from the onset, there's at least some signal of jury nullification, which is kind of rare. Not even kind of, it's definitely rare. But in this case, a lot of people, and apparently, who's this? His attorney folks have been reaching out to his attorney trying to pay his legal fees. I'm like, okay, you guys are kind of taking it a little too far. But he does have a lot of support. And because he has a lot of support at this early stage, this would make a very good defense case. And the defense would not necessarily be arguing the evidence, because for the evidence, I mean, pending any motions to exclude, evidence that could possibly succeed, uh, this is still a really good defense case. I'll make a video on it. Let me see. Today is what, Thursday? I have too many things scheduled for Sunday. That's the problem, though. I have too many things scheduled for Sunday. So on Sunday, I could possibly. Well, I get off work early on Friday. I don't know. Let me think about it. I would have to. Okay, so Brooklyn says the attorney's name is Thomas Dickey. Let's look him up. Yeah, I'm trying to see, because I could for sure make a 10-minute video giving my thoughts on why this would make a good. Let's look him up. Thomas Dickey. Where's he is? No, I just want the guy's website. I don't want all these articles, YouTube videos. And this guy has taken over the internet. I cannot even find this. His law office. All right, there's his law office. All right, I'm kind of disappointed. Looking at this guy's profile. Let me share it. Hold on. Let's share. What's his name again? Thomas. One moment. Thomas Dickey. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. Man, just say law firm. I don't see why they have to. There we go. Oh, I got distracted. Hold on, I need to see his hours. Okay, so it starts at 8. He opens at 8, closes at 5:30. So he's putting in some work. All right, let's get to his practice areas. Let's go. All right, we have some more folks in here. Okay, so Brooklyn says they want to bring charges against his parents because they saw the pictures and didn't turn him in. How do we know this information, Brooklyn? All right. Real thing. Hey, real thing. Real thing says, why is his attorney saying there's no evidence? Because he's a criminal defense attorney. That's just how we roll sometimes. Brooklyn says he has 101 Google reviews. I guess we would have to go back, because I'd like to see if those reviews, they probably went up after he started representing this man. All right, so let's go to his page. I'm a little disappointed here because he's dabbling. Okay, I don't like to see that. Okay, so he does criminal law, he does some family, he does civil. For me, when I look for a criminal defense attorney, I want you to exclusively do criminal law, because that's how I know you're dedicated to the cause. But I mean, he does. Let's see. Does he have other attorneys? Okay, so there are 2 attorneys. That makes me wonder how, in my view, okay, this is allegedly, in my view, I would like to believe that it's his family that, hold on, let's share the page again. In my view, it is his family that, when I say his family, I'm talking about Luigi. I'd like to believe that it's Luigi's family that retained him. I mean, the attorney did not say yes or no, but because he did not say yes or no, to me, that's proof right there, okay? Because I would like to believe that if he was not retained by the family, he'd go ahead and say, no, that's not who retained me. But, oh man, the font is so small. The font is so small. Let's see. Okay, resident of Blair County, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he's actually from the area. Let's see. Right, he began practicing in 1984. I need to blow this up. I'm sorry. I need to, hold on. Where are we? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Distractions. All right, let's go back to the right page. Okay, I just want to see here. So, leading to a successful legal career with acquittals in cases ranging from DUI to first degree murder. Okay, so he does some appeals. That's actually good. That is good. New trials. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. When we're talking about best attorneys, that's a discussion that Brooklyn raised, and we'll keep weaving in and out every chance we can. So I like this on his resume when they're talking about that he's won cases or at least appeals from the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania that resulted in new trials and the restoration of custodial rights. Then I know that we have something here. That's what I like to see. Okay. So he's talking about a few death penalty. Okay, so he's a death penalty qualified attorney. All right. Okay, blah blah blah. Representation in the courtroom, defense. All right. Okay, so I do like his resume, but he's with another attorney, so I'd like to assume that. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay, so this guy David started out as a public defender. Shout out to all public defenders. I just wanted to say that. Shout out to all public defenders. He appears to be in good hands then, but I just don't like the dabbling. Obviously, it makes sense because criminal law, criminal defense does not pay that much. So I'd understand why they do workers' compensation. That's where some of the money lies, not all of it. Okay, so I guess they need to keep the lights on. I'm pretty sure they have staff that they have to pay. Okay, that does make sense. So I do I like the defense attorney's profile. That's a fantastic profile. So let's see, what are you guys talking about? Okay, Brooklyn says he looks good. No, he does look good. That is a good profile. I just got thrown off a little bit when I saw the civil work, right? Because if you're dabbling, but I mean, he's been practicing longer than I've been alive, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing, right? Okay. Brooklyn says we still need to discuss bail reform. We need to do that, but to do that, we need to do it in the context of cases, okay? I'm trying to think. I believe there's a case out of Washington State. Yeah, there's a case out of Washington State. I have to find it. It's within the last. Let me put that on my list, actually. Let me put that on my list. Let's put that. In Brooklyn, when we do discuss bail reform, will you get up here or no? No pressure. Yeah, but let me find a case. There's a case out of Washington State. It had to do with Merck, obviously somebody that who's there? Somebody that was accused of committing a crime while they were on bail. So that would be a good that would be a good backdrop. I mean, if you do have other cases that you'd like to discuss, anybody else that would like us to discuss, a case that has to do with bail reform, send it to me. I want a real lawyer at gmail.com. And then Old Bag said that I forgot his name already. I'm terrible with names, you guys. Dick somebody. What's the man's name? I don't know. Dick something. So Old Bag said that he represented Jerry Sandusky, who is what, convicted serial child Mo. Okay. All right. Everybody needs representation. I don't know. Any more discussions on Luigi? Because I just like the evidence. The evidence is there. We're there. It's mounting. Whatever Fulton County did not have, Manhattan County, uh, Alvin Bragg pretty much has the evidence in this case. But again, factual truth, separate that from substantive truth, and then we eventually get somewhere. And without a doubt, the defense in this case is going to file motions to suppress. They're not going to want the. I should have finished that thought, but I'm curious though. I'd like to know who he is. I forgot. The reason why I looked up this man was to see if he's licensed in New York or not. Hold on. What's his name again? David somebody. I need to get back in here. David. Oh, I said David. No, Thomas. Thomas Dickey. Let's see. Thomas Dickey law firm. Yeah, because I don't think if he's not licensed, unless he goes pro hac vice in New York, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see any other licenses on here, but I'm also not really looking. So, yeah, the only thing I see is Pennsylvania. I actually need to look up this place. How far is this Altoona, whatever it is? How far is it from Philly? All right. Brooklyn says that's I'm sorry. FFS says Brooklyn, that's not a great highlight of his career. He defended a child mode that's now in federal prison. I think FFS, I think that's probably a highlight though, right? I think yeah, because to me, this is somebody that's not afraid to take on a case. Whereas if we're to compare this to what's the guy that Brooklyn talked about, Alex Spiro, whatever his name is, he seems more choosy. But to me, I trust this man. Let's see, and then we have let's see, we have it's a loss for him, win for him. I guess if that's what you're saying, I still think Okay. Greg says it's not just about changing, but whoever represents him in New York has to be licensed to practice in New York. So it's not just about changing. All right, I don't want to butcher your name. Chantizia? I think that's how you say your name. Williams. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's move on. I want to because obviously, as I had previously indicated, I had not watched Kayla Bumpus on the stand. How many attorneys were on the stand? They had Kayla, they had Mungtung's attorney. I think those are the only two that were not expected to be on the stand. And obviously, we have the guy that works for the DA's office, which was expected because he was on the witness list. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with. FFA says so. He took on a case. He still landed him in prison. All right, if that's what I just like an attorney that's not afraid to take on a case. And honestly, sometimes the evidence, not even sometimes, most times the prosecution wins. Okay. Old Bag says, I thought Old Dick was doing a good job for Luigi. He's not really doing anything, right? He's just talking to the press. I have a thing against attorneys talking to the press before a case is resolved, though. Yeah, I guess it's good because he is. As far if we're going the jury nullification route, I guess folks do want to hear from you. But other than that, he's not saying anything. All right, let's see. Hey, Diggy. What's up? What's up? How's your baby doing? And Brooklyn says he looks reasonably priced, 400 an hour. Yeah, I think for somebody that's been practicing since 1984, whatever year, he might know what he's doing. Let me share my screen though. We're about to get into some mess because I try to be serious, but that's not my MO. That is not my MO. I like to come up here and act a damn fool. So I like to act a damn fool. So that's what we're getting into. That's what I think my lives will be, just me being myself. And then there's a case I watched. There's a trial I watched today, but I don't think you guys are interested in that trial. Otherwise, somebody would have brought it up. So let me leave it at that. All right, let's get. No, I wanted. What day was this? Because the only clips that I watched of this was pretty much when. Oh, no, I might be confusing it. No, I'm confusing it. The day she wore a gray dress, I believe, was different. That's when she was looking for Rule 22 or something. Anyways, let's get into this. You guys know I can blab and blab and blab and blab and go on. So
That
let's.
you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth. Do you swear the testimony that you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Let's get into it.
Please be seated. Would you please state your name for the record?
Kayla Bumpus.
That's insane. I don't ever want to be called to nobody's stand. I already ramble, and I mean I don't answer questions. That's for one. On here I answer questions, but in real life, I don't answer no questions.
And
Especially
what is
around
your
strangers.
relationship with respect to Mr. Copeland?
I previously represented him on criminal cases, but for purposes of this case, I was a stand-in attorney.
All right.
And what was your intent in representing?
Look at Mrs. Jackson, baby. So I would like to believe at this stage. I don't know who was courting who. I don't know if she was courting him, he was courting her, but because she really emphasized, she's like, stand in.
Mr. Copeland.
To make sure that his rights were protected and to make sure that Jonathan Melnick was good to go.
All right, let's focus on the discrete issue that is before the court, okay?
Certainly.
All right.
You were present in the June 10th, 2024 ex parte meeting.
Who are you referring to, Brooklyn? Who are you referring to?
Is that correct?
Yes,
Have you read the transcript to the ex parte meeting?
yes.
I'm not sure if that is already an exhibit in this case, Your Honor.
Like her eyebrows.
It is, it's been,
Dang, this judge has always been snappy. I know, I know that Jerome really, really likes Whitaker, but to me, she's always been so snappy. I'm like, dude, you just got in. This is 4 months ago. This is when she just got involved in the trial, but she's just been so snappy. Okay, so Brooklyn says, I think she hired PR help because she's more focused now. What do you mean by her being more focused?
it's a part of the record as a transcript.
Okay.
It's been,
What are these emojis that Diggy and FFS always have up here? You guys know I'm like a granny. I'm not really well versed in social media. So is that a new? Actually, when Cap, you see, now I'm just rambling. Let's watch this.
filed
All right.
in Odyssey into the case.
Okay.
So I don't think it needs to be an exhibit unless you want to make it exhibit for the purposes of this hearing, but it's in the record.
Okay. I'll just be referring to that.
Here again, you can tell that this man, what's his name again? Doug. Very little practice. Not as knowledgeable as when it comes to court procedure.
Transcript. So have you read the transcript from the June 10th ex parte meeting?
Yes,
And does that reflect everything that occurred the morning of June the 10th?
Ali, I miss you. You need to come up here. You don't have to say anything. Just come up here and keep me company.
the course of your meeting. I believe that was in chambers. Is that correct? That was compound. Was that
Okay,
meeting in-
so Brooklyn says not running after Woody. Now she has two respectable motions, a husband and yet Gotti. Well, I don't know what you mean by not running after Woody, but I'm pretty sure Jasmine provided, it must have been last week, and I believe she repeated that sometime this week, that Kayla and Woody no longer hang out together. My assumption is that once it was revealed that Mrs. Jackson is married to Mr. Bumpus, that probably caused a rift, but that's just me speculating. So, yeah.
That was compound.
Question,
Was
let's
that meeting
redo
in
that one.
chambers? Where did that meeting take place?
What?
In chambers.
In chambers. And was the ex parte
okay.
transcript that you read a
right.
complete recording of absolutely everything that took place in chambers?
Do you also say? Let me leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone because Jasmine's gonna pop up in here. Jasmine's probably already in here, so I'm gonna leave
That morning.
No.
Could you please tell me generally?
Okay. Well, she clarified.
When
so-
was there a time during the course of that ex parte meeting when y'all went off of the transcript?
Clarify what you mean by
Right.
that when y'all went off.
Was
of-
there a break in
Right.
the proceedings at some
I'm sorry, you guys. Doug is very difficult to listen to. Maybe he rambles as much as I do, and because I ramble, I write my questions out.
point on the morning of June the 10th?
Multiple.
Multiple breaks.
Yes.
And during one of those breaks,
You know
did you have
what's
occasion
I
to
wanted to say
speak?
crazy. It's not exactly crazy, but it's interesting. I mean, that could go for anybody and everybody with the exception of probably Woody, though. Like when folks are elsewhere on social media, and I'm talking specifically about Kayla and Vivarito, right? I mean, I don't know Vivarito. I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these people. I've only been to Atlanta once in my life, and that was it. I might go back to Atlanta though, because I need somebody to do my hair. But in any event, what's interesting is that at least when Kayla's demeanor on social media is very different from her presentation on the stand. And when I'm referring to Vivarito is obviously going back to when she said whatever the altercation or the little back and forth in the hallway or outside the courtroom, right? And the demeanor on the stand is very different from being loud and you know. So FFS says you mean Mr. Jackson and Miss Bumpus. Yet no. I do not have that confused. This person right here is Mrs. Jackson. And the man with dreadlocks is Mr. Bumpus. I'm not confused at all. No. I'm not confused. FFS says I dropped a lot of clips on my site. What's your point? What are you guys talking about? I don't even know what. Yeah, it was definitely a kerfuffle. Let's see. Plead the fifth, ex parte. Kayla got what? Ooh. All right, you guys are gonna summon. You guys are gonna summon Jasmine in here. I've only been out there once. Okay, Diggy, I need you to explain. What do you mean by that? Let me send this link. I'm gonna send this link. Come in here. Explain. Mr. Bumpus is Shannon Stillwell, Shannon Jackson. I've been calling him Mr. Bumpus all this time. So no, you're not confused. You're not confused. That's
Speak to
who he
Mr.
is.
Copeland with someone else, with someone from the states,
Sir,
the
ask a
state
question
presence
and
in the
move
room.
on.
Yes.
And when you had
All
that
right.
conversation, that was off the record. That was without the transcript being transcribed.
Yes.
Right, we don't want a feud between you and Jasmine because you guys are supposed to be hanging out and everything. I want all of us to get along.
Let's
okay?
clarify who is in the room at
Yes.
this point in time.
Okay. Who is in the room? And again, let me just make clear on this. I only want you to speak about
This is so random, y'all. But I'm gonna, I know old bag loves this stuff. So I don't know. But what if he watches this later on? Nah, let me leave. Let me leave it alone. I'm bothered. I'm really bothered. So I might spill my guts out later on. I'm really bothered tonight. I'm really, really bothered. So depending on how this goes, I might say some stuff. Um Right. You are not confused, FFS. I just renamed them. We can do that over here. We rename people. So this person on our screen right here is Mrs. Jackson. Sometimes she goes by Mrs. Stillwell, if you like. And her husband is Mr. Bumpus. So yeah. Let's see. Man, I think I need an extra pair of glasses just for these lives. Let's see. What are you parenting? What are you parenting, FFS? I'm in a good mood, but I'm really bothered, you guys. I'm really, really bothered. But let's.
conversations that you had with Mr. Copeland that are not
Mm,
privileged.
I'm
Where,
bothered. Let me. Should I tell you? I don't know. Should I tell you? I don't know. Maybe if Jerome comes up here, I need somebody to go back and forth because I don't think I'm tripping. This is like relationship stuff. I probably need Jasmine up here because she's the lover. Apparently, Ellie's ironing. FFS said, "What's bothering?" I'm really bothered. I need somebody to come up here. I'm bothered. Mm. Nah, I don't. I don't. Anyways, let's get into this. Let me not
for
get
example, someone from the state was in the room. Do you understand?
For sure.
Okay. When there was a portion of that meeting that was not recorded
All
on
right,
transcript.
I'll ask Jasmine. I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of that because I'm not gonna remember. So apparently it's a bad bee. A bad bee. Let's take a screenshot. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. All right, I'm gonna have to ask. I don't know. Is it an Urban Dictionary? I might have to find it on Urban Dictionary or something.
Who was in the room?
Myself, Mr. Copeland, and Simone Hilton.
Who else?
I need him up here.
If anyone.
I don't know all the deputies.
But were there deputies?
All right, Brooklyn, I need more info. Brooklyn says also she doesn't dress like this anymore, more respectful and conservative. I don't have Instagram though. Maybe one day I might get on Instagram. That moment has not arisen.
He's in the room as well.
Yes.
Do you remember how many?
4.
Okay.
I know she said it was
Anyone
cold
else other than the deputies and the
in the
3 people you
courtroom.
just named?
Investigator.
But then again, it may have been cold, but then again, it probably has more to do with okay. So okay. Because remember the moment when Woody said she was fine? I actually like saying that when Woody said she's fine. Okay. I think there was already a courtship or a situationship happening around there. And here, I mean, she looks I think anybody that's on the stand would be nervous. I really don't want to end up there, right? But I don't know. Let's get back. I'm a little distracted. I'm romantically distracted.
Hamilton and maybe another investigator from the state.
Yeah.
Okay. Approximately how long was that?
Hang on
What?
a second. There's a reporter in the room.
Yeah, I'm definitely not taking. I'm not taking any relationship advice from FFS because apparently FFS turned digging into a stud. Shout out to all studs though. I unrelated. You know who I really really like? I like. Nobody watches the WNBA though, but never mind. Let's leave it alone. She's from. She's not from Connecticut. I think she's from. She played for Maryland. I believe she's from Pennsylvania. She plays for the Connecticut Suns right now, but I think she's kind of cute.
I don't
All
know.
right, let's get in
I don't
here.
recall. I can't remember.
And at what point
Ooh.
during
All right.
the meeting did this
What do you
allegedly
mean by
occurred.
that, Diggy? What do you mean by she cannot hide that Bumpus? What does that mean? I need to get on Urban Dictionary.
Towards the end.
I'm not even
If you
focused
had a copy of
anymore. Hold on.
the
When the
meeting,
judge
was
is
the court
asking,
reporter in the room,
when the judge is
If
asking
anyone.
questions,
I don't know all the deputies.
But were there deputies in the room as well?
Yes,
Do you remember how many?
4.
Okay. Anyone else other than the deputies and the 3 people you just
I don't know
named?
FFS.
Investigator Hamilton and maybe another investigator from the state.
Okay.
Ellie said she be teaching Aaliyah how to iron right now. She's parenting, ironing, and multitasking. You need to do that because I'm actually teaching. Real story. I'm teaching my daughter how to iron. I'm teaching my daughter how to iron. Yeah. So Paige, I don't know if it was just that day though. To me, from the very beginning, she was like the first 2 days overly giggly, and then after that, just impatient, irritable, should not be on the bench. Yeah, I don't know.
Approximately.
What do you think she was irritated about though? Like just generally having to fix this mess, or I don't know.
How long was that?
hang on a second, was the court reporter in the room?
I don't know. I don't recall. I can't remember.
Kayla's a cute girl though.
And at what point during the meeting did this allegedly occur?
Towards the end.
Okay.
If you had a copy of the transcript in front of you, could you show me where? Like, if
I
you,
could get close, Judge.
okay. Do you have a copy for her?
I don't have, does anyone have a copy? I do not have a copy
Mine just
printed out.
disappeared. I don't know
I'm
where mine.
prepared.
Max, do you
I'm
have one?
prepared. That's on me. That's the microphones. The microphone's important, County. That is not on me.
Maybe not. Let's get a clean copy.
Okay.
What had just occurred and then what occurred following it? What had just occurred prior to?
You guys
What
can
had
really
just occurred was we had been meeting for a really long time, and I needed to go to the bathroom because I was stressed out. And
Okay.
when I went outside in the hall,
I mean, she did a good job. She did Brooklyn. Whitaker definitely did a fantastic job cleaning up a lot of the mess, or at least as much as she could. But she did a good job. I'm gonna give her that. Moo, what's up, Moo? Says, well, it seems like Kayla and Woody are still okay with each other since Woody said he loves Kayla, and Woody talking about Woody on live today. I'm gonna have to find a clip. Moo, let's put a pin in this. Let me find that clip. Hopefully, I'm able to find it. But I recall that I had sent it to my man some months ago. I'd sent it. Let me see if I can find the clip. Once I share that clip, I'll get back to Mumu. I'm gonna let Kayla play, and then while I find the clip.
hallway, Simone was outside in the hallway, so I guess she didn't want to be in the room with Mr. Copeland while I stepped out. That's all I can think of. So she was outside. She met me in the hallway, and she said,
Okay, hang on before you get into what anybody said. So y'all are in chambers, like paint the picture for me. You're in chambers and and what happens for you to then leave chambers to go to the restroom?
I needed a break.
Okay, and so you leave chambers.
Yes.
And Miss Hilton leaves chambers.
I don't know when she left because when I left, she was still in there. But when I came from the bathroom, she was in the hallway.
Okay, when you left chambers to go to the restroom, who was in chambers at the time that you left?
Mr. Copeland, the deputies that were with him, about 4.
I think I found it. Let me see.
Miss Hilton, the investigators from the DA's office.
I need to find a new tab. I have so many tabs open.
Okay, so
All right, we can
you
use
just,
this.
you took a bathroom break.
Yes.
And as far as you know, you left and then you have no idea when or if anybody else left. But when you came back, Ms. Hilton was in the hallway.
Yes.
All right, well then that's not the part we're talking about.
No. Well, I think it leads up to the part we're talking about, and that interaction with Ms. Hilton may
Okay.
be relevant to where we're about to go.
All right.
Could you please describe the exchange you had with Ms. Hilton in the hallway?
So she asked me, I think I get what you're saying. I think I get what what you guys are trying to say. And if he's trying to do what I think he's trying to do, then that's not going to work. And I said, well, I don't know what you're referring to, but I guess we can come back in and you could talk to him about it.
Okay. And so when you said you can come back in the room and talk with him about it, was there any further exchange in the hallway?
No.
What happened
All right, let
after
me
that?
pause. I'm
You
gonna
go
pause
back in
over
the-
here. I think I found the clip that I have in mind, but I'm not exactly sure. But let's see. I think it's this clip. Yeah, I think it's this clip. Let me share my screen. Let's share the screen. I think it's this clip.
Now back home, Cleveland Ave, you still like they still love you and respect you over there?
I don't care what nobody do behind my back, but in my face, I'm gonna respect you, and I'm gonna look for the same thing in return. I love everybody on Cleveland Avenue,
Okay, so
and if any one of them ever need me, they ain't even got to call me, and they don't have nothing to do with no game.
all right.
Now back home, Cleveland.
So this is what, at least what Mumu said, because Mumu says that Lil Woody on today's live claimed that he loves Kayla. Okay, this is what, or at least that statement, that text or message chat reminded me of this, because to me, in maybe I'm reading a little too much into it, but I don't think that he actually loves the folks he's referring to. I think, am I reading too much into it? Let's play it one more time.
You still like they still love you and respect you over there?
I don't care what nobody do behind my back, but in my face, I'm gonna respect you, and I'm gonna look for the same thing in return. I love everybody on Cleveland Avenue.
Does he really love everybody on Cleveland? Is he just saying that? Oh, I've not read anybody that has commented on a video. I've not done that. I need to. Yeah, I've not done it in 2 days. I'll eventually get to it, but I don't buy that. I'm gonna go with Jasmine. So far, Jasmine has confirmed enough information for me, and that's her cousin. Okay, because she even changed her profile picture. Yeah, the profile picture on last night, it was her and Big Cuzzo. So if Jasmine says Woody and Kayla don't F with each other anymore, that's what I'm going with. Let's see. I'm gonna play this video. Hold on.
Chambers.
Excuse me, we being you and Miss Hilton.
Me and Miss Hilton.
You go back into the chambers, and then would you say again who was in the chambers when you went back
Okay,
in?
so Brooklyn says Kayla was very nervous not to perjure herself. She has a law license on the line. That's not really what perjury means. In order for somebody to perjure themselves, they would have to make 2 statements under oath. This is the only time that Kayla is under oath. So even if she lied on the stand, it's not perjury. And then Ellie, okay, you guys are talking to each other, so I don't have to squint. But Mumu, I don't know. Let me know if he is claiming to love everybody on Cleveland Ave, and he's claiming to love Kayla, and Jasmine's telling us, because Jasmine is exclusive. Okay, that's information other folks don't get, right? I don't know.
Well, Mr. Copeland had then went to the restroom, so it was just me and Miss Hilton in chambers, and then they bring him back in.
Did you and Miss, excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off if you hadn't finished.
No, then the same other people.
Okay, when you and Miss Hilton were in the chambers prior to Mr. Copeland returning, did you and Miss Hilton have any further conversation in the chamber?
You guys, I'm so bothered. I think I just need to come out and say it. I'm so bothered. Um, listen, I'm whispering. Listen. So, you guys know I'm in a long distance relationship, right? FFS, I need you to move closer to the screen or your phone or MacBook or whatever. So, I'm in a long distance relationship. And somebody said she was constipated. I don't know. I know he watches these live sometimes, so I don't know. That's a problem. I'm suspicious. I have suspicions right now, which is, no, it's hello. I don't know. Let's get back into that. I'm distracted though,
Chambers.
but
No.
Okay.
I don't
When Mr.
know.
Copeland-
Hang on. So you and Miss Hilton go back into chambers.
FFS says you're pregnant. Either way, FFS, you're not the father. You're not the father. Okay, you're not the father. Yeah, you're not the father. Let's see. Real thing. Let's focus on the real info here. So, real thing says, not sure why Paige was irritated, but my impression is she thought Kayla was not telling the truth. Kayla was telling the truth. Paige should have directed the energy to the state for the ex parte. All right, let's think about that a little bit. Okay, why was Paige irritated, or why did she appear annoyed? I mean, you do make a good point. I don't know. Let me give it some more thought. Let's give it some more thought. FFS is wild, 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 wild. FFS is really wild. I don't know. It's her. Let's play the video. I'm a little distracted.
Do you go back? I mean, chambers there's an ante room where the judicial assistant sits. There's a staff attorney's
Okay.
office.
To me, when you say real thing, when you say that it's a way that Paige is asking her questions, I think this has been her demeanor for the duration of the trial. I think the reason why she is rushed or irritated, I chalk it down to two things. The one is she was dragged into this case that she really wants nothing to do with. Okay. But the other part is that I get the sense that not to say that she's a know-it-all, but I'm going back to when she said the N-word. She had the same demeanor where she thought she could do a better job than the other attorneys. So excuse me, I don't exactly say, but I do get your point, because it's something I had not considered. But from my point of view, I just thought she was rushed and she was, a little irritated. But I chalked it down to her thinking she can do a better job, or her not. But by better job, I mean in reference to Doug. I thought that she was of the opinion that he is not asking questions that are on point, because that is typical. At least I've had moments where judges went on to ask questions after I asked questions because they thought they could ask better questions, or they needed something else to be clarified. So that's what at least that's my perception. But you do make a good point.
There's the judge's office. Where are y'all? The judge's office?
Yes.
Okay, and when you and Miss Hilton go back to the judge's
So Brooklyn says, in all honesty, she wasn't asked to testify. She put herself on the stand. From what I remember, because I remember vaguely what happened. From what I recall, there was a discussion about the ex parte, and one of the attorneys referred to her as saying that Ms. Bumpus is in the courtroom. Let's just ask her. I think that's what I remember about Kayla ending up on the stand. And then FFS says he was a woman before. I take offense at that. Never mind. I was going to say something. All right, let's see. Uh, it's not a secret. I think my mind is just spiraling right now.
Office, there's nobody else
Spiraling.
there but the two of you.
And that's the thing with me. I do get out of control. I mean, you guys probably know this. I do get out of control sometimes. So
Probably the investigators from the state.
You don't remember?
Well, the deputies had to take Mr. Copeland.
Okay, so Mr. Copeland was gone. What's the court?
Sorry. I know some people like if anybody comes on my channel to be serious, I'm really sorry, but I'm not a serious person. So Allie, FFS, they're cracking me up right now.
Reporter there?
Yeah, she was there.
And I know old bag comes on here to laugh, so
Was the judge there?
I know we need Sarah to check up on Jerome. Where is Jerome?
If you remember.
I don't remember if he was in there.
Okay, so you and Ms.
Greg
Hilton have a private
I
conversation.
know Greg is the one that's always trying to keep me on track. So Greg says Kayla was asked a question 5 minutes later. She couldn't remember the answer she gave. Okay, so Greg is basically saying that Kayla was not. Do you remember the question? My mind, I'm so distracted. Shout out to Flesh of the Gods. What's up? Thanks for, joining us. As far as what we're doing here, we're messing around. I'm getting some advice from FFS. So far we have recapped a little bit of the Luigi Mangione. We refer to again I'm just recapping for Flesh of the Gods. Okay, so with Luigi's case, right? The prosecution's case appears to be very strong. We have a match as far as the firearm and the crime scene. They kind of got those prints very quickly, though. Now that I think about it, we have fingerprints that link him to the crime scene. He was obviously a little sloppy. I should not be saying that, but if it is the same person, he was sloppy in terms of the way he discarded evidence. I am of the opinion that this is a good case from a criminal defense perspective because he has a lot of support. So I would classify this case as one that is likely to end in jury in a jury nullification. Obviously, I don't condone what the perpetrator is alleged to have done in this case. But as far as separating or distinguishing between factual truth and substantive truth, this is a fantastic case for a skilled criminal defense attorney to take on. Okay, so that's where we're at. And then I'm trying to catch up with Kayla Bumpus because I actually did not watch her testimony on the stand. So that's where we are. Otherwise, shout out to Flesh of the Gods and thanks for joining us.
Station in chambers.
I can hear.
No, we don't talk.
Y'all just walk back
Okay,
in.
so-
And
Okay, all right.
then what happens?
And then
Uh,
everybody comes back in.
Okay, who is everybody?
The judge, Mr. Copeland,
all right.
the 4 deputies, the 2 investigators from the state.
Okay, we're just going to
All
take
right. And FFS has been steadfast. He's basically asking, he's asking for, the feds to they're not feds, but I'm just saying that for the sake of saying it. He wants this guy to be released, I suppose. A lot of folks want Luigi to be freed. Okay, when you say Brooklyn, you need to get up here, okay? You need to get up here. Let's see. All right, let's get back into this. You guys know.
slowly, step by step, okay?
Okay.
All right. So those individuals return. Does Judge Glanville return to the chambers?
Yes.
Dang, AI.
Is the court
AI.
reporter in the chambers?
Yes.
All right, I have a quick question. About 30 seconds ago.
Okay, we're just going to take it slow.
30 seconds ago. This question is really directed at Real Thing. And I think Real Thing and is a Moo. No. Moo referred to Woody. Okay, I forgot. Real Thing and somebody else. Let's listen to Doug's tone here. Doug sounds irritated. Oh, it's actually Real Thing in Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn says that she's of the opinion that Kayla was being truthful. All right. Let's listen to Doug's tone. He also appeared irritated here.
No, we don't talk.
Okay, y'all just walk back in and then what happens?
And then everybody comes back in.
Okay, who is everybody?
The judge.
Okay. So to me, he sounded irritated. I don't know. Maybe he's just
Copeland,
waiting for
the
it.
4 deputies.
Let me know if you
the 2
spotted that.
investigators from the state.
Okay, we're just going to take it slowly, step by step, okay?
Okay.
All right. So those individuals return. Does Judge Glanville return to the chambers?
All right, you
Yes.
guys, I'm so distracted. I'm so distracted. All right, let's get back in.
Is the court reporter in the chambers?
Yes.
Okay. When all of these people are in the chambers, what happens next? A step at a time.
Simone starts talking to Mr. Copeland about what we talked about in the hallway.
What specifically did Miss Hilton tell Mr. Copeland about what happened in the hallway?
I don't remember what she said at the beginning, because then she said,
Real Thing has a question. So Real Thing says, and Real Thing, if you feel like coming up, feel free to, come up. But Real Thing says Woody was a sworn in state witness when the ex parte happened. The transcript says Judge Glanville tells him, "We need your testimony." The defense was never notified or invited. Here's my question. Why did Judge Krause deem the ex parte unethical, since the defense was not notified about the meeting when a sworn with a sworn in witness? I don't know that I think I understand the question, but I'm not exactly clear. The part that's throwing me off is when you say unethical. So I don't know if you're able to come up. Otherwise, I'm going to answer the question in line with what I think you're asking me. Okay, so Jerome and I are Doug. You guys do like Doug. You do. You definitely like Doug. So I don't know. Let me think about it in a bit. Oh, Real Thing is up here, so you can ask your question. Hey, Real Thing.
Hey.
What's up?
Okay. Hey, nothing much. Just I've been curious about this.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't use the word unethical.
Okay.
I'm basically trying to say, why didn't she say it was wrong? And I really like Judge Krause. I think she's really, really good and fair. But in her response, she said, or her decision, she said, "Oh, the ex parte wasn't the problem. Like, it was nothing wrong with it." Like, huh?
She's tripping, but okay. Sorry.
She mainly recused Glanville based on his response.
Okay.
You know, when the motion came to recuse, or the request or motion was submitted for him to recuse himself, we know that day he really cut up. He didn't handle it correctly. He didn't want it to send it to another judge for review, and she said that's why she decided to recuse him. But I'm like, what do you mean? It was nothing wrong with the actual ex parte with a sworn in state witness, and the defense was not even notified. I understand. I think even regular people understand that. Of course, he can have meetings with just him and the prosecutors, right? If it was just him, Simone, and Miss Love discussing whatever, no problem.
No, that is problematic.
That's problematic. Okay.
Yes, you cannot.
Okay.
You cannot do that.
Okay, I'm
No,
glad.
that is problematic.
Thank you for clarifying that. So now they have a sworn in witness there who they're trying to pressure to testify. And she says that it was nothing wrong with it.
Okay. So I figured that's what you were asking, but I was not sure as far as the word unethical. But let's see. Brooklyn has a response here. Brooklyn says Judge Krause didn't make that ruling. if I believe Judge Krause didn't want to give the motion, the recused Miss Love and Hilton. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying, Brooklyn. But here's my thing. Okay, hold on. Flash has some information. So Flash says it was Rachel Krause, and she recused him from ruling on his own recusal motion, which is against the rule. Okay, so I'm gonna stick to what I think the initial question is. Right? You're trying to figure out why she excused this as a non-ethical violation. Is that right? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, so why did she say it was okay? There was nothing wrong with meeting with a sworn in state
Okay.
witness. Yeah.
Anybody that has ever practiced in a criminal court knows that it's problematic. It's even if, let me see, because if I remember correctly, they're trying to say that Glanville was not per se what's the word? It's not unethical. They're not trying to say that he was improper, but they wanted to avoid the appearance of impropriety. Okay, at least that's what I recall. Here's the thing about attorneys and judges: we say things, if that makes sense. We say things that it may not necessarily be what we believe, but as far as our jobs are concerned, that's what we're going to say. So if if we're going to take Fulton County, for example, because I believe that isn't what's his name again? Glenville, isn't he Krause's head?
He is the chief judge. He
Right.
is.
So that does play a role because throughout this trial, we've also seen Whitaker try to make excuses or not really cover up, but
Yes. Yes.
she has minimized what is this? Glenville's conduct. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's just I guess I'm not going to call it a blue wall of silence because they're not police officers, but I'll probably call it the black robe of silence. So
Mm.
that is my only explanation, but
Thank you.
it is improper. It is highly, highly improper.
Highly improper. Thank you for
Yeah.
confirming. And I
So,
felt like she was protecting him, covering
yeah.
for him. Just didn't be flat honest.
Yeah.
All of it was wrong. The whole thing, the meeting, his reaction, he doubled down. It was crazy. And even held Brian in contempt. Oh, wow.
Right. No, it was improper, but the question really is that judges do have a lot of protection. Judges and prosecutors have a lot of protection. The real question is whether his conduct rises to a level where he can be sanctioned. Because I've not, again, a lot of things we've seen in Fulton County, I've not seen, I've not seen in practice. So that is the real question: whether his conduct was egregious enough to warrant an investigation from, the bar. But other than that, it's just, it's the black robe of silence. So yeah, after I mentioned, okay, all right, that's it. Let's man, I need to go get my glasses. I need to go get my glasses. I cannot see. Okay, let's see. Where are we? All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so Brooklyn says because she told them that if it was a judge violation or court violation, you can bring it up on appeal. Who are you referring to? All right, okay. Let's go. All right, I don't know what Ellie, I don't know what Ellie and FFS have going on, but I'm gonna leave it there. And Brooklyn, if not Brooklyn, real thing. If anything else pops up, if you have a question or remark, feel free to just chime in.
I have a personal question.
All right.
So, your personal issue, if your partner was watching tonight or even watched it on a replay,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm so obnoxious. Go ahead.
would it cause more issues? Like, would it be a problem? Because
What
if
do you
it's
mean
not
a
going to be a
problem?
problem, you might as well just tell us what's going on.
What do you mean a problem? Go ahead.
Because
What?
you were saying when you were about to tell us, you said, "Oh, he watches your live sometime," right?
Yeah.
Your partner. So it sounded like you didn't want him to hear. You don't want him to you don't want him to hear you talking about whatever current issue you're having,
No, it's
right?
just because I'm pretty sure you can tell that I'm not a very serious person. So I'm not to say that I make light, which I do. I was gonna say not to say I make light of everything. I do make light of everything, but he does not like all the things I say on the live. Let me just put it there. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, because I mean, there was a time even I think it was last 2 weekends ago. I said something improper, but it made me laugh. And if it's gonna make me laugh, I say it out loud. And Ellie was like, "Why would you even say that?" But yeah, when
Okay.
it was something along the lines of, I was like, "Oh, because I kept talking about that I was going to be in somebody's son's arms or whatever." And at the end of that, I was like, "Yeah, I don't even know. This might be somebody else's man." And Ellie's like, "Why would you say that?" But and he did not like me saying that either. So
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm a hot mess, and I love it absolutely. I love being chaotic. All right, let's get back into this. But I mean, I'm really irritated. Let me look at my phone. Hold on. Let me see any more texts. Oh yeah, we do have a text. We do have a text. Well, I don't know. Let me leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there.
Who is the she that says, "Wait, judge, can you step out"?
Let's see.
Simone Hilton.
Okay, ask the judge to step out. At that point, does the
Oh,
judge step
okay.
out?
Yes.
All right, Flash. Got it.
Does anyone else step out?
I don't remember if the court reporter stepped out, but I know she stopped taking down what we were talking about.
FFS, no.
Okay, and she may or may not have remained in the chambers.
Correct.
Okay.
And so at this point, you're saying that the judge is
Brooklyn, I'm just chaotic.
out, you, Miss Hilton, Mr. Copeland, 4 sheriff's deputies and 2 DA investigators are in chambers.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Okay. Next step. What happens next?
Simone starts to talk to Mr. Copeland about.
Sorry. The reason why I'm laughing is because Jasmine, you need to get up here. The reason why, never mind. I'm gonna be so messy. Let's just.
All
right. I'm gonna stop reading my messages.
I guess this is the part about purging yourself and perjury and impeachment.
Okay. What specifically did Miss Hilton say about
FFS? This is terrible advice. This is terrible. FFS, I don't know. All right, let's get
purging himself?
About purging himself once he began to testify.
I'm controlling myself, you guys. I'm trying to not respond in a way that would, I mean, it would be funny. At least it's funny to me, but
that he would purge himself of him
What?
being arrested.
Okay. What about perjury did she tell to him? Did Miss Hilton
Where's
say to
Old Bag?
Mr. Copeland?
Shout out to
I
Old
think
Bag.
some of this is on the transcript, but she
out to
reiterated the
Jerome.
fact that pretty much she wanted him to testify. She didn't know what he was going to say,
Yeah,
but there was one thing that they know that
Testifying under oath is tough. I hope I don't have to do that. What's up, Allie? What happened to
Hey,
it?
hold on. I did not say anything about you and your comment. That was actually Brooklyn who said that you're a married mother. It wasn't me, man.
No. I don't even remember that comment.
Oh, I don't know which one you're talking about then.
No. It was when I was in the South. It was around. I think it's the day after Thanksgiving or whatever. And I said something along the lines of, "I am going to be in the arms of." I don't know, something about my man or something. And I'm like, "Oh, he might actually be somebody else's man." And you're like, "Why would you say that?" So yeah,
Oh,
no,
I don't
yeah.
remember that. I was going to say, because I remember you saying something and Brooklyn saying that you're a married mother. And I was like,
What was that? I don't know. I say a whole lot of nonsense, you guys. So
we all say a lot of nonsense.
I mean, everybody in my family knows it. Even my sister sometimes she's like, "You should not be saying." Like, why did you
I don't
say
want to
that?
be responsible for no relationship issue.
Nah, we're good. We're good. As long as I don't reply, I was gonna say something really crazy, but I was gonna say something crazy. As long as I don't send him like crazy stuff, we should be good. And this is a long live. I'll make this live so long he won't have time to watch it. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's get back here. How are you though? Did you have a good day?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
I'm making my ironing a family affair. You know, I got Aaliyah, I got the cat.
I have questions. What kind of iron did you get?
You really think I'm ironing?
There's a specialty to it. No, I know you're not, but messing around with you because I know you cannot even mention a brand for an iron. So
No, I couldn't. You're.
that's more cross examination.
I use the wrinkle free on my dryer.
Yeah, it's definitely somebody that doesn't know anything about irons.
No,
So,
in my dryer does it all.
yeah. What are your thoughts though? Because I never got your thoughts on Luigi. What thoughts do you have, if any?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't. It's a mess. It's a hot mess.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'll let you, I'll let you gather your thoughts. I'm not gonna put you on the spot. So let's get back into this.
Okay, I'm gonna hop
That
off
he
and hop
didn't
back
do.
on when my kid's asleep.
All right, sounds good. Shout out to Allie.
That she would not allow him to testify to.
Okay. What did Miss Hilton tell Mr. Copeland was the one thing he knew?
All right, let's not assume any of this because this is your witness, so don't lead her, okay?
Right.
Okay. So when you say that, what did Miss Hilton specifically say regarding that?
Your real thing, thank you. Well, you knew I was joking. My partner did not like that joke, so yeah.
Well, first, Mr. Copeland said, I can claim all of this. I can claim all of this.
Dig is so funny. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if you guys crack up as much as I do, but you guys are some funny folks. You guys are really funny. You guys are really funny. All right, let's see. All right, people want Luigi freed. Okay, people want Luigi to be
I was
freed.
just say I did all of this. And she said, but we know you didn't do all of this. And specifically,
Yeah, but as far as Luigi's concerned, I'm gonna have to pre-record that video. That's the only way I can remain on track. But that, man, that is a good defense case. That is a good defense case.
we know you did not kill Donovan Thomas. And I will not allow you to get on the stand and say that you killed Donovan Thomas.
And when
Jasmine, if you're still here, I have a question for you. It's related to the ATL. So let me know if you're still in here. Wait, I just what did you say?
We know you did not kill Donovan Thomas. And I can claim all of this. I can claim all of this. I might as well just say I did all of this. And she said, but we know you didn't do all of this. And specifically, we know you did not kill Donovan Thomas. And I will not allow you to get on the stand and say that you killed Donovan Thomas.
And when Miss Hilton said, I will not allow you to get on the stand and say you killed Donovan Thomas, did she say anything else with respect to that?
Pretty much, I was explaining to Mr. Copeland about independent evidence because she said if she had any independent evidence to prove that he was lying about anything, she would just use his statement to impeach him. But she would not necessarily press charges against him for perjury. But she said that if he said this one particular thing, which was the unaliving of Donovan Thomas, that she may move forward with perjury. And
Brooklyn, no, the jury was not in the room. I don't recall them being in the room. There's no way. No, I mean, this is Fulton County, but under no circumstances would they allow the questioning of these witnesses with a sitting jury.
Mr. Copeland says, well, it's not just about me knowing who killed him, but it's about, I know more about that infinity, and I know something about somebody who's not even on trial.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there a second because there's a lot to unpack, okay? So do I understand your testimony to be that Miss Hilton said that she would prosecute him if he lied about the killing of Donovan Thomas, but she would not prosecute him if he lied about other things?
Yes.
Let's go back to the infinity, because I didn't catch all of that.
I think
What did
we talked about that earlier this week, or maybe it was late last week, right? I don't know. To me, that murk is still unresolved. Yeah, that murk is still, I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Copeland say about the infinity?
You just say, I know something about the infinity that y'all don't know.
And how did Miss Hilton respond to that?
No, I don't remember, but basically she just like, okay.
Man,
Okay.
FFS, something's wrong with
What happened
FFS.
next in that meeting? Oh, can I stop you a second? Had Judge
Flesh of the Gods, when are you going live? When are you going live? I'd like to know. Are you going live tonight or no? It's almost 11.
Glanville re-entered the chambers where you were at this point?
And do you have any what is this? Were you able to secure any interviews from the Weisel jurors or no?
No.
Okay. Please continue. What happened after the comment from Mr. Copeland about the infinity?
Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
I think that.
All right, I'll join you live. Yeah, 8 p.m. I should be home by then. My kid has a concert tomorrow, so yeah, I'll be home by then. I'll definitely go. I'll join
She
you.
really didn't say anything about it. She just kept moving forward with
And
explaining.
then I don't know that I have to say this, but I'd like to believe that every single person in this live, or the majority of the folks in here, are familiar with your channel. But you guys can see it here. Flesh of the Gods, he goes live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right.
To him about she wasn't going to go for that lie about the unaliving of Donovan Thomas, but whatever.
Girl,
else
you're not on YouTube. What do you mean unaliving? You're an attorney.
you
Say
lie
it.
about, I'll just use it as impeachment. And that conversation went on for about 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. At this point, we've been in there for 2 hours. And they gave me a second to talk to Mr. Copeland, and then that was the end.
Okay. Who gave you a second to talk to Mr. Copeland?
I guess Simone.
Shoot.
Did Simone Hilton remain in the room while you spoke to Mr. Copeland?
Yes, but she couldn't hear what we were saying.
And why do you believe she couldn't hear what you were saying?
She couldn't. I know because we were whispering in each. We scooted away from her, and we just kind of whispered in each other's ear.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Is there anything else that happened during the course of this meeting where Judge Glanville was not in the room?
All right. How late do you guys want to go? It's like 5 minutes to 11. I don't know what FFS is talking about. How late do we go until 11:30? You guys know I have to iron, so I have to iron.
That you haven't told us this morning.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know there's one time where Adrian says something about.
Jen, what are you two talking about?
Judge, close your
Where,
ears.
I'm sorry, who?
Adrian Love.
Okay, let's stop just a second, okay? Because I want to make sure we clarify this. I believe your testimony earlier was that Ms. Love was not in the room, at least during this portion of that meeting. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you referring to another portion of the meeting that happened that morning?
I don't remember if he stepped out or not. I just remember at one point she said.
All right, what's going on? I'm sorry, I'm nosy. What happened? What's going on?
Judge, close your ears.
I don't remember if who said.
Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
very
here,
unclear.
we're going to go back and try to clarify.
Let me.
Yeah.
All right. So at the beginning of the meeting, it is Judge Glanville, Miss Love, and you.
Yes, Judge.
The court reporter, and then whomever the deputies are. Mr. Copeland is not there. Ms. Hilton is not there. Is that correct?
No deputies.
Okay.
They don't come until Mr. Copeland comes.
Okay. So then it is just the judge, Ms. Hilton, and you, and the court reporter, correct?
And the investigators.
The DA investigators.
Yes,
Okay. And so is it that portion of the transcript that you're moving to now?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And what did Ms. Love say?
I just remember her saying something about judge, close your ears. And I can't remember if he steps out then for a second or not, but that would be the only other time I remember him stepping out.
Did Ms. Love, what did Ms. Love say after Ms. Love said, Judge, close your ears?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. So we've discussed that one portion of the morning where the judge was not in the chambers. Was there another time that morning, other than that one time we've been discussing, was there another time that morning where the judge was not in the chambers, but there was a conversation among...
Wait, what? Hold on. What on earth is going on? I guess this must be some ATL news or something. My what is this? I don't know. There's something going on. I'll look it up. Hold on.
Among you, Mr. Copeland, and someone from the prosecutor's team.
Luigi has taken over my
Okay,
feed.
that's the only time.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have any further questions.
All right. Does any other defense attorney have questions for Ms. Bumpus? And we have a copy of the transcript now if anybody needs it. A clean copy.
I actually still did not know what you guys are talking about because I tried to Google checkers, Merck, and nothing's coming up. So I don't know. I don't have to know everything.
Yeah. It's sitting right up here.
All right, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Come on, come on. That's nothing from 8 years ago. All right. And here's the thing. I go by Urban Dictionary, so I probably would not even understand what's going on. So keep telling everybody I'm a square for real. All right, come on, ask the questions.
Go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Counselor, was there a time in your presence that you heard someone give a direction for the sheriff deputies to shut off their body-worn cameras?
What?
Absolutely.
Do you know who gave that direction?
Deputy Brown.
And do you know at what period of time or what point in time that occurred? Were you alone with your client? Was it throughout the whole time? Were you with Miss Hilton?
I know, Brooklyn. Man, I am so torn on that. I'm so torn. I'm really torn. Yeah, I'm torn about the nut, Merck, right? Because for that one, that one, I have no cooking clue. I have no clue who the possible perpetrator could be. I think Jasmine said it's possibly Woody. The prosecutors, they seem convinced it's not Woody. I don't know. For that one, I definitely don't know. But if I remember correctly, I don't think he would. I mean, people have done stranger things, but he was. When I say he, I'm referring to Woody. Woody was pretty firm that he did not do that. He was pretty firm that that's not his work. So I don't know.
What was going on when you heard that?
That was the first thing he said when the deputies brought Mr. Copeland in.
So as far as you know, I'm not saying the sheriff deputies filed that order, but they were ordered to turn off all body-worn cameras as far as you were concerned.
Yes.
And this conversation that you just relayed to us with Ms.
Got
Hilton,
it.
you and
Got it. I think I have it now. Okay, this is unrelated. It's related, but it's not related to what Brooklyn and I were just discussing. Okay. So initially when this came out, when the ex parte meeting was, revealed, right? Um, from what I recall, folks were reporting that Kayla Bumpus is the one that, disclosed the happenings of this ex parte meeting. And they were saying that they disclosed it to, what's his name? Steele. But now that I think about it, I think that information was actually given to, it's either directly to SB or to Meg Shard. That makes sense. So that information, I mean, what's his name? Steele is the one that actually brought this information, or at least he's the one that brought it up in court. But now that I've given it some more thought, I would like to believe that that information was disclosed to either Mr. Bumpus, the one and only. Shout out to Mr. Bumpus, though. Either him or to Max Sharp.
And Mr. Copeland, your client, was that a calm conversation? Was it heated? How would you?
And then Flash, if you are still in here, I don't know if you are, but if you are, we are going down, at least on Friday, we are taking a look at some first 48 cases. I have one that was shared with me. Jasmine shared that one with me. I still have to find, I have to find the one, there's one out of Tulsa. I have to find that, but if you're interested in joining us on Friday, I don't know what time we're starting on Friday. You guys know on Friday I do my laundry. Okay. But that's what we're doing on Friday, and that's for everybody else.
You describe.
We had been in there for 2 hours. It was.
I don't know, Flesh. Was he referring to Nut though? Because from what I recall, I would like to believe he was asked at least 2 times or twice while he was on the stand, and he said that's not his
high level of emotional tension, if that's a thing.
Okay, were people getting louder than we're speaking now?
Yeah, so Jasmine, Jasmine says that's his work.
And who was that person or people?
Simone.
And Greg makes a valid point. Greg makes a valid point. If there's anybody that's not worth believing, in this case, it is woo-woo. So you do make a valid point.
When you were talking about Mr. Copeland not being permitted to take responsibility for the killing of Mr. Thomas.
That's a crazy.
You know what I'm referring to?
Yes.
Did Mr. Copeland in any way take responsibility for that killing that day?
Okay, got it.
Pretty much, he just said, "You don't know what I did or didn't do."
Okay, and that was said to the prosecutor about the killing of Donovan Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah, after 8 p.m. is good because we usually start around 10, but we've been messing up Jerome's money, so we probably need to start maybe 9:30, so everybody can get some sleep.
Do you know if you saw Miss Hilton taking any notes or recording the meeting, or people with her recording this meeting or taking notes?
FFS said he'll trust a drink from Bill Cosby before he trusts or believes anything that Lil Woody has to say. That's all right.
I'm not aware.
Oh no.
It says, and the court just gave a transfer. I don't know where it is, but you can look at it. No one's trying to trick you.
So
it says on page.
Brooklyn said go back 30 seconds. Hopefully I don't go back too far. I'm gonna have to figure out how to actually handle StreamYard this weekend because I don't
take responsibility for the killing of Mr. Thomas.
Commands.
You know what I'm referring to?
Yes.
Did Mr. Copeland in any way take responsibility for that killing that day to Miss Hilton?
Pretty much, he just said, "You don't know what I did or didn't do."
Okay, and that was said to the prosecutor about.
Okay, so pretty much that is not confirmation. I'll go back one more time. That is not confirmation. That is not confirmation.
Mr. Copeland not being permitted to take responsibility for the killing of Mr. Thomas. You know what I'm referring to?
Yes.
Did Mr. Copeland in any way take responsibility for that killing that day to Miss Hilton?
I know you guys. I'm so disturbed. Maybe I should get off my phone. Or maybe I should get off the live. Now I'll be on the live for at least another 20 minutes. And let's play. Let's get in the video.
Pretty much, he just said, you don't know what I did or didn't do.
Yeah. So yeah, Brooklyn. I don't know. How are you I don't know. I don't know.
And I would
Hold
say
on. I'm suspicious. I'm very suspicious. But I am suspicious all the time. But I'm really suspicious.
to the prosecutor about the killing of Donovan Thomas.
I know. How do you interpret that though? Because to me, that's not confirmation. That's not confirmation. Yeah, that's not confirmation. Let me read this. Um, right. That's Jasmine. I need you to answer that. I need you to answer that. Let's go.
Do you know if you saw Miss Hilton taking any notes or recording the meeting, or any of the people with her recording this meeting or taking notes?
I'm not aware.
It says, and the court just gave a transfer. I don't know where it is, but you can look at it. No one's trying to trick you. It says on page 40, towards the bottom. It's the Honorable Judge.
It's fine.
If you need to look at it, if you don't need to look at it, that's fine. Just let the record reflect. It should be on page 40. If you need it, it's June 10th. It should be 2024 ex parte, a conference that you were part of. And Judge Glanville says something to the effect, I'm not looking at, this is not a quote, but it appears to be to Mr. Copeland. Do you
I
remember
need somebody to interpret.
when
Why don't you just get up here and let me know what you mean by that?
Mr. Love told you that as long as you don't tell a bold-faced whopper, something like that. Do you see that?
Yes.
Can you just, so the court, unless the court has it in front of her, what
I've got
line
it
that
in
is?
front of me.
Do you know what line that is? Or it begins on?
12.
Okay.
Miss Love is drinking that great value water. I'm sorry.
Well,
I mean, I drink great value water too.
9, but 12.
I
specifically what
don't
you're
know how to say
referencing.
things.
I couldn't hear the last part.
9 is when he starts talking, but 12 is when he gets into that part.
He being Judge Glanville.
Yes.
Okay. And what information do you have that Miss Love spoke with Mr. Copeland about the bald face whopper?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry. Can you ask that again? Well, apparently Ms. Bumpus didn't understand it any better than I did.
Yes. Do you have any information?
That Whitaker girl is always cracking up about something. That's how I know. That's how I know nobody in their right mind will put me on a bench. I don't want to be on a bench.
Educate us on when Miss Love spoke with Mr. Copeland about you can't make a.
Now that I think about it, I wonder how, not that it matters, but in this moment, I'm thinking about the fact that Love has to, I mean, she has to face the music, right? Because she and Hilton were involved in improper conduct, and Bumpus is being basically questioned as if Love is not in the room, and she has to pretend that, you know, she has some very important things on her laptop.
Bald face, whatever it says, whopper.
Hang on just a second. Yes, Ms. Love.
What are you referring to, Brooklyn?
My objection is that the question itself assumes a fact that has not been established.
Sustained.
Read what it
what's
says
the
if you don't
question? I'm
mind.
sorry.
On when Miss
What
Love
was the objection?
spoke with Mr. Copeland about you can't make a bald face, whatever it says, whopper.
Hang on just a second. Yes, Ms. Love.
My objection is that the question itself assumes a fact that has not been established.
Sustained.
Read what it says if you don't mind. Since it's
Tell me what page we're on again.
40.
Okay. Thank you.
The court.
You guys are
still
funny.
give you immunity. They can give immunity
That's
to
really
whoever they
funny.
want. Okay. And they can make that
Shout out to Diggy.
choice. I don't even make that choice. So if they, like I said earlier, they want your testimony, they figure it's.
I just do not understand how, as much experience as these people have, I don't understand how they thought they could get away with the ex parte meeting. It It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. And if it's one per at least two people that should have or would have wanted an invitation to be extended to excluding Glanville, definitely the prosecutor, because it's their case and they're the ones that were on the losing end.
That the jury needs to hear what you have to say, good, bad, or indifferent. And what Ms. Hilton is telling you is just the truth as you know it.
All right. So Real Thing says, I am really looking forward to hearing your opinion and assessment of Ms. Love's cross-examination of Mr. Jackson or Mrs. Jackson. Specifically, her style, strategy, was it effective? Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. I don't know how long because we've been on this live for almost 2 hours and we're only 23 minutes into the video. So yeah, I'll make a mental note.
And let her worry about. I mean, even though you may have said different versions of whatever, that's for impeachment. That's not going to get you in trouble. What will get you in trouble is you just invoking your First Amendment privilege because you've been given immunity. Or as Ms. Love said this morning, remember, Ms. Love said, if you overtly lie about something, like if you tell a bold-faced whopper, then they can indict you on that particular charge. I mean, that particular false statement.
That part you said about, you remember earlier this morning, Ms. Love telling you about the bold-faced whopper. That's what I'm focused on. Can you tell us, were you present when Ms. Love spoke with Mr. Copeland that morning?
Yeah,
What's your basis? Again, assuming.
Dang, I'm
facts
just
that have
looking
not been
here.
established.
So Quando Rondo was sentenced today. 33 months in federal prison and 3 years of supervised release. Okay. All right, Mr. Rondo, and he has to pay a $40,000 fine. Let me see, what else do we have here? It's an article, so I'm not going to read all of that right now.
Established. The question, I believe, was, were you present when Ms. Love spoke with Mr. Copeland?
Okay, so I think that's based on the fact that what was just read out was read out. So I don't know that Judge Glanville's statement establishes that, but that's why he's asking it. So I'm going to permit him to ask that, and she can, keeping in mind that that doesn't establish that it occurred. Ask it as a more conditional question, I guess.
What do you mean?
Do you have any information how that?
I know the one thing I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back. Because, I mean, it's obvious that Mac Shard, best cross-examiner in this case. I don't know, I have to give some more thought on Steele's cross-examination skills. I have to, let me think about it.
About if it occurred at all.
And I need Sarah to check up on Jerome. Like, Sarah, you need to check up on Jerome.
So the meeting was really long and a lot happened. I can't remember if Ms. Love was ever in the room at the same time as Mr. Copeland.
All right.
So I don't remember them being in the room together. And if they were, they did not have any communication.
Okay. All right. Do you remember in that transcript, I have to get you the page if you don't remember, Judge Glanville handing something?
I think yesterday we talked about whether the McDonald's employee and, the tipster might, split the reward. Excuse me. So I'm reading here. This is on E-Online. They're saying that after Luigi, blah, 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 we don't have to read all of that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, McDonald's employee, $60,000 reward was up in the air and could be for some time. The McDonald's employee who relayed Luigi's location will not, that's crazy, will not be loving this outcome. So that's clever, but okay. Blah, 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 blah. The fate of the cumulative 60 grand reward to find the killer offered by NYPD, federal FBI. Why do we have an ad? Remains undistributed. Okay, why is that though? Why is that? I'm going to scroll quickly. Let's see if they have an answer. Why will they not? They need to pay that money out. They need to pay that out. Okay, so they're saying if the McDonald's employee is nominated, why are they nominating what? I don't know. They need to give that money. Let's see. So Real Thing says we need Jerome to come up and tell us. This is actually funny. Real Thing, this is the funniest thing you've said so far. We definitely need Jerome to give us his work schedule so we can know. So we know. I know if nobody wants to start earlier though. Early on parenting. So
Thing
yeah.
to do you for
Jerome,
Mr.
get
Copeland.
up here.
Absolutely.
Can you tell this court what that was?
Which time?
Every time. So go one at a time.
So the first time, I believe he handed me a copy of the immunity order.
Now that I think about it, so had Melnick actually been on this case, right? And let's say an ex parte meeting was held, and not even just Melnick, let's say it's a different standby counsel. This ex parte meeting probably would not even have been disclosed because in this case, Kayla has an interest, or she always had an interest in this case, and that's why she disclosed what she disclosed.
And
which was the right thing to do, because in the first place, this should have never been a closed door situation on me.
The second time, he handed me 2 statutes, one on perjury, and I think the other either on impeachment.
Shout out to Brooklyn. So Brooklyn says the reason why they possibly will not get it is because they called 911 and not the tip line. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. I'm sending it now, Jasmine. Yeah, that sucks. I'm like, anyways, all right.
Impeachment, or yeah, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Any questions, written out questions you remember being handed to you or Mr. Copeland? District Attorney's questions, was that given to Mr. Copeland?
No.
Okay, you remember that discussion?
No.
All right. I don't have any other questions.
Okay, so
Thank
Flesh
you.
for God says
Any
Dr.
other
Brown
defense?
was the one who disclosed the meeting before Kayla. That might have been, I don't know. This case has been going. It's not going on anymore. It's gone. But it's here and there. Some of my info is always mixed up. Other times,
Attorney have questions for
I'm
Ms.
accurate.
Bumpus.
Thank you for that, Flash.
Okay.
Jasmine, get up here. Get up here. You asked for the link. I shared it with you. So, well, go on. My favorite. I don't know. But Shard deserves an episode of his own. Because he's going to be there. I think we can actually get through Shard, though. Can we get through Shard? Because I don't want to start Shard and then have to stop, because I love Meg Shard. Otherwise, you guys will have to, pay attention.
Good morning, Ms. Bumpus.
Tomorrow.
Good morning.
Counselor, I want to take you back to that Monday, June 10th, 2024. When you arrived for court that day, you were arriving to represent Mr. Copeland, correct?
Yes.
As a witness?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you go when you entered the courthouse?
I came right here.
To this courtroom 1C?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever request an ex parte meeting with the judge?
No.
To your knowledge, did
This
Mr.
man asks brilliant questions. He asks brilliant
Copeland
questions.
ever request an ex parte meeting with the judge?
No.
Okay. How did this meeting come about?
I was down here, and when I got here, the courtroom was closed.
Hey, Jasmine, what's up?
Hello.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Girl, why are you coming at me with such low energy? What's going on?
Nah, it's not on a couple people tonight. But no, that's not why I came up here.
I came
Well,
up here because I wanted to say, this is probably a busy time for Jerome with him working at HVAC. A lot of people's thermostats are thawing out. So
right.
yeah, he's probably working on a lot of things right now because people got
Okay.
to keep that heat going.
Right. Right. I
Yeah,
did not think about that, but
yeah. When you don't run the heat, um, but for a certain part of the year, when you turn it on, it has that like burning smell.
yeah.
Yeah, he's probably working on some of that stuff. So it's probably like the busiest time of the year for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I appreciate that. Well, shout out to Jerome though. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll get into my messiness on Friday. I don't
What
want
do
to
you
get into it
have?
tonight. No, I don't even want
No,
to talk
come
about it.
on.
No, because my head is still fuming
Just a
from it a little
taste.
bit. Uh,
Just a taste.
I just had to snap on some people tonight
Where?
about some other stuff dealing with my cousin.
Where?
It was
Direct
on
me.
it was on somebody else's page. But
Oh,
the girl probably gonna erase it. Well, it's probably still it might still be but I don't even want to get into it because some of her minions might be in this chat too and
uh,
just not
we
saying
know my
nothing.
folks. We know my folks. We know our folks. We have
I'm just
co-sponsors
saying,
out here.
it be some people in the background that don't be saying nothing. So, I don't yeah. It got a little heated tonight and I had my backup, like my people was there and they was, Chai really she really brought me back to my age level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cause
Flesh said, "What's
I
good?"
I was really on some I was on some yeah, on some goon stuff tonight.
I
But
don't know what's
Child
wrong.
brought me
I think
back.
something
She
else
brought
is
me back.
going on, Jasmine. I think
No,
something
no,
else
no,
is going on.
no.
No,
It
no, no.
was that.
The reason why I'm
It was some
saying
stuff in
that
there.
is because I think it was last weekend or whatever. You were ready to fight people for Kayla. Like, I don't
And,
know.
and
Like,
tonight I was ready to fight people over Kayla. I told people I was gonna pull up and everything.
Greg said, "Tell
And
us what happened."
no, no, no. Y'all just gotta go watch it. Y'all have to go watch it if that's y'all cup of tea. I got a hand. I actually was gonna apologize to the woman because the way the person who page it was, the way she presented it, it was like certain people was telling her stuff, like coming back and telling her stuff, um, saying that Kayla was talking about her. But at the end of the day, like ever since, first of all, Kayla don't get on the internet and talk about nobody
Let's look at Kayla
unless
right
she's talking
here.
about the people in the courtroom
All right.
and like the messy stuff. Like she don't be into that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, like ever since this verdict came down, she's really been out the way.
Yeah, Brooklyn said she got a
So
PR person.
yeah, she's been out of the way. And
Okay.
so when she got I watched my little WTF Wednesday. So I
Mhm.
clicked off of there, I'm still on YouTube, of course. So in my algorithm, of course other stuff is gonna pop up. So I end up clicking on this one particular person's um live and automatically like she was talking about Kayla. I'm like, why is she talking about like what's the issue? Like why is she talking about Kayla? And then she was going on and then she was saying, oh, Kayla had an issue with her, this is that. So I called Kayla. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you got a problem with this person? Like what's the problem? She was like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. I never said anything about this person, period. Especially not online. So I was like, well, you need to hear this. Like, you need to see this because this person is talking about you and she's saying that you have a problem with her.
Mm.
So Kayla automatically went on there and when the girl was talking,
What?
Kayla was telling her, like, I don't have an issue with you. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, Kayla had no idea what this girl was talking about.
Oh,
But
okay.
at the end of the day, like when we was on WTF Friday, one of the girls' mods was in their live on WTF.
Yeah, okay. All
One of
right.
the mods. So I'm like, did he go back and say something? Because he got blocked because he was saying negative stuff in the comments. He ended up getting blocked. Okay, so I'm like, okay, did he go over there and say something crazy? Like what happened? Because they definitely wasn't talking about her. They was talking
Mm.
about the case.
Okay.
So um the girl like Kayla was talking to her in the comments. I'm like, just tell the girl to put the link up. Like, tell her to put the link up.
Okay.
So she eventually, well, Kayla didn't tell her to put the link up, but she eventually put the link up. And Kayla was like, you know what? Like, I got so much going on right now, and I'm telling this girl I don't have no issue with her. This is that. I'm not gonna get on there because of what I got going on right now. Now, after this is over, maybe it'll be a different story.
And
But
no,
at
these
this point in time,
this
I
stuff.
can't entertain it. I said, "You need a spokesperson?" She was like, "No, I don't need a spokesperson." I said, "Well, cuz I'm about to jump on there." She was like, "Okay, well, I'm getting off the phone with you." So she jumped off the phone with me. She
What?
jumped up on me, and I jumped up there like, what? Okay, the person. I'm like, okay, she don't have no issue with you, but it's your minions
Mm.
that are running back and telling you things or whatever. And she had, this girl, Mel, whoever she is, she feels like she broke this whole story about Shannon and Kayla being married. You did not break this story. Like, who is telling you that you broke this story? You are not the person that broke this story. You are not famous for that. And stop trying to make yourself famous off of my cousin. You are not going to get clout off of her.
All
So
right.
my thing is, like, basically, I just told her, like, I ain't got no issue with you, Ty, because she came on your platform before, and y'all talked or whatever. Of course, people are going to say, they're going to have criticism, and they're going to say their little things or whatever they're going to say about people. That's what everybody does on any platform. But it's this particular person that has so much to say, but when Kayla shows up, they are on mute. That be my issue. So I'm like, okay, I called them out. Like, I called her out, and then the person that was in the WTF Wednesday thing that got blocked. I was like, oh, your minions over there, like your minds over here in this chat, and they doing this and doing that, and they running back and telling you stuff or
Yep.
whatever. So I got into it with this guy. Oh, we going back and forth, bitch, this, bitch, that, this, that, this, and that, and the third. All kind of craziness. Like, it's going back and forth. But he's taking up for the girl Mel. Mind you, the girl Mel is quiet the whole
I don't
time.
know these people,
Like,
but okay.
this girl gotta be either my age or she gotta be older than me. Either one of the two. But at the end of the day, you need a grown ass man to come up here and speak for you. He looked like a bitch arguing with a whole
Oh my
woman. And
goodness.
you're a whole woman sitting right here on this platform, and you can't say nothing. A whole man is speaking for you. So I'm like, dang, do you want to eat my cousin Coochie? Or
What?
I'm asking this man, like, is she sucking you off or something? Like, what is going on? Like,
Going
like,
on?
I was I wasn't taken out of my character, because that's definitely my character, because I'll go
Okay.
there.
All
But
right.
it took FS and try to come in there in that chat to make me shut the hell up.
What's wrong, Jasmine? There has to be more to this. Like,
It's
I don't know.
not.
I'll send
I'm
you.
protective. Like,
Nah,
I'm
nah, 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 nah,
a
nah, nah, nah.
very protective person. I don't like nobody playing on my name or my family name. Don't play on people that I love. Even my friends. Like, I do not play about my friends, my family, or me. Do not play with me. Don't play with us.
Don't
Like,
play
if
with
you
her.
gonna say something,
Don't play with
like,
Jasmine.
be able to say that. Be able to say it to a
Don't
person's
play
face
with that girl.
or
Okay.
even behind the screen, because the girl that supposedly had I wanted to, I was actually going to apologize to the girl, because I actually had to ask the girl type in the chat, like, where did you get this information from? Like, did this person tell you this? But obviously it wasn't the person that I thought it was, so I was going to apologize to her for cussing her out the way that I did.
Girl.
They ain't want to let me back up. But I don't care. I said what I said. I meant what I meant. And I'll pull up on them. I pull up to their front door about my family. I do not care. Don't play
All
with
right.
me.
All right,
But
Big Casa.
I really showed out tonight, and that just showed me that I need to just stay off of other people's platform.
Okay. All
So
right.
yeah, I just need to chill.
All right, Jasmine. I'll send you. I mean, once I shut this MacBook, I'm gonna be ironing. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on my hand. So yeah, that took me there too. I'm on my Hennessy. I don't play.
Oh, you're. Why are you drinking so early in the week? What's going on,
Early? What's
Jasmine?
early?
This
It is
is early in
11.
the week.
I drink every day.
No, Jasmine, that's what I'm saying. There has to be something else going on. I'll send you an email though. We can
Okay.
talk after, but I don't know. Something's going on. Something's going on. So
We'll
yeah.
talk.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
talk.
something is going on. So let me reply to these messages though. But shout out to Jasmine though. Shout out to Jazzy. All right, so let me see. Brooklyn.
FFS and chai.
Yeah,
It
big
brought me
shout
back
out to
to
FFS
reality.
and
Well,
Diggy.
no. What chai brought me back to reality. FFS was on go.
Oh yeah, that sounds like FFS. That does sound like FFS. So okay, all right. So let's see. Brooklyn says, Shorty's like aged wine got better as the case went on. Yeah, no, that guy's fantastic. So I guess we'll call it a night here, and then we'll resume with Charlotte's cross examination tomorrow. And then Ellie said, big shout out to my girl. Big shout out to Jazzy. And then Flesh of the God says, why don't you have a join or membership? Flesh, I'll eventually figure this whole thing out, but I don't know. I just never monetized the channel, so never
FFS, I
monetized
end
it.
up getting a gifted a membership from FFS from being on there.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, but that page is hot. I don't care what nobody say. That page, I'm telling you, you have got to go back and watch that cartoon ex parte. Oh my god, it
bro,
is so
I've watched it.
hilarious.
I was on the channel. How are you gonna tell me? Like
Oh
we
my
found out about
god.
the channel at the same time.
I'm
Like,
telling you, you got to go back and watch that cartoon ex
yeah,
parte.
I mean we
That
and
shit is hilarious.
Flash. We are not
Look,
just
and
saying this
I showed it to
because you're
Kayla.
here.
I
Hold
showed
on,
it.
Jasmine. Flash, we're not just saying this because you're here. We do talk about your channel. We enjoy your channel. We recognize that it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work. I'm not there yet. I'm probably
Yeah,
not gonna get
I
there.
gotta figure
But
out my slime coins because I spent all my slime coins on the first day, and I
oh
didn't even know
yeah?
what I was doing. So I showed it to Kayla though when I was watching the ex
Yeah.
parte. I showed it to Kayla, and Kayla was like, "Why I'm so fine? Why I look so
Are you
fine?"
talking about the
The
actual video?
cartoon,
Yeah.
yeah, on the cartoon, she was like, "Why I'm so fine?"
I mean, she is a cute girl. So yeah, flesh of the gods. That's why I'm part of the other reason is tax responsibility. I don't want to mess up my stuff for this year, but I'm gonna revamp the channel. I'll create thumbnail. I don't even know if I'll be able to keep up with that, but I'll try my very best. Okay. Eventually, I'll get there. Let's see. What else did I miss? What else did I miss? I missed a lot. I missed a lot. Um, Big Cuzzo, any closing arguments?
Closing. We just started.
No, girl, it's almost midnight. I need to go. I need to go iron my clothes. I need to go iron my baby's clothes.
I'm so sick of you with this ironing. On Sunday night, you need to start ironing for the whole week.
Those are too many clothes, bruh.
It's only for 5 days.
Not, yeah. So that's like 10 outfits,
You should start early. You wash clothes on Friday.
which I already do.
Okay. So on the weekend, that's when you need to iron your clothes for the week. Just like you're prepping food for the week, you
I
need to
don't do
iron your
that.
clothes for the
I
week.
I cook
No,
almost
it's
every night.
I'm just using that as a example. Like somebody prepping they're doing a meal prep. You need to iron your clothes for the week.
Well, we'll eventually get into it. We'll
Come
eventually.
on
I
now.
don't know. FFS is something else, but okay, okay. Let's see.
Did you watch that episode that I sent you? Or I know
For
you
what is this?
got
The
it.
first 48?
Yeah. Did you
No,
watch it?
that's going to be a raw reaction. We're watching that on Friday.
Okay. Oh my God. You're
We're watching that on Friday.
when
Like
I
what?
tell you it's gonna
Yeah.
be a raw reaction for real. Like it was
Oh yeah.
crazy. I'm pretty sure like everybody's probably seen it. And it was Memphis. It was Memphis.
Okay. I need to find the crazy one out of Tulsa though. That episode was crazy. I think like I watched the episode and I had to share the episode with my folks and I've thought about the episode a few more times because that's how crazy it is. Flesh, I'll
It was
take
a
your
lot of
help.
crazy
I'll take
ones out
your
of
help
Tulsa.
because I don't know what on earth I'm doing on YouTube, but I'll take your help. I would like to believe that your email is probably on your channel. If not, my email is iwantareallawyer@gmail.com. I'll accept all the help I can because I don't know. Like I have to
You
watch other
need you need to hurry up and monetize your page so you can have mods.
Yeah, I'll eventually I'll get to it. But if it's not monetized, how am I gonna pay the people? I don't want people working for free.
Do you actually have to pay the people though? Like,
Who wants to work for free? Like, would you work for free?
no,
I'm
I
not working
mean,
for free.
I feel like it's some. Well, I feel like it's voluntary work, but I feel like if they
Will you
throw, I
volunteer?
mean,
Will you
I feel like
volunteer
it's
this?
a. I mean, no, I really feel like it's a voluntary job, but
Well,
like if they want to throw like their cash apps and stuff in the mix, like try
all
to.
right. I don't know how YouTube
Well,
treats
you don't even feel like you need to be monetized. Like you don't feel like you need to get money. If you were to just put your mod cash apps in there instead of putting your cash app in there,
I don't
then
have
that
Cash
would. That's what
App.
I'm saying. Like,
Look at
but
FFS.
it would help to um do something. Do it would go towards your mod versus going towards you because you don't really even really care about even being monetized. You just like having the support.
I just like coming on here and talking crap. But I mean, if somebody wants to give you, if Jerome wants to give you $5, I'll take it.
I still ain't got my drink money from Jerome, so we ain't even
We
gonna
need to
go
bring this
there.
up. Really?
I guess he gave it all to Sylvia for them black
Ooh.
panties. But no, I ain't gonna do Jerome like that while he
Jerome
ain't here.
listens
Nope,
to
nope.
these lives, so
I ain't gonna do Jerome like that while he ain't on
okay, okay.
here.
All right, okay, folks. So tomorrow, Flash of the Gods is live. Was that 8 p.m.
What
or was it
time is
8:30?
what time is he live?
I think he said 8 p.m. Around 8 p.m. Now I have to get back in here to find the message. Is it in here? And I don't have my glasses. Flash,
I
please.
do need to. I need to get with him to learn how to gain more slime coins because I spent all of mine the first
Aren't you
day.
supposed to buy?
No,
Look at.
because they like when you join, like when you come on, like your first comment, they give you a certain amount of slime coins,
Oh
like
yeah.
off of your first comment, like when
Oh
you first comment.
okay.
So I was asking Charles like, how am I supposed to do this? What am I supposed to do? And
Yeah.
I ended up spending all my coins on one thing, and I'm short on coins. So I need
Girl,
to figure out how to get some more.
shouldn't you get more? I don't know. I don't know how. I
And
don't
I need
really
to
know how
figure
the
out
internet works.
I need to figure out how to get all those emojis and stuff, like what they
Yeah.
got. Like FFS got his own emoji.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh right, the right, the green FFS. I remember that now. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's cool. Like
yeah. All right, so Flesh of the Gods live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I will, I'll make an appearance. As far as tomorrow's live, I think let's start around tomorrow's what? Tomorrow's Thursday. Ooh, that's fantastic. I don't have to be very early. I don't have to go to work early on Friday, but we still need to get some sleep. So, all right. So tomorrow I'll start somewhere between 9:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. I'll schedule the live early. Oh shoot. I'm going to have to schedule a live tonight because am I coming home before the concert? I don't know. I'll schedule the live sometime. But the live will be around let's probably go 10. Let's go 10. We'll go let's go 9:30. I don't know. I'm not sure.
10. Just go for 10.
Yeah, because I was gonna say let's go 10 so we can, give 2 hours of our time to Flesh. So that's what we're gonna do. So we get to spend 2 hours with Flesh, and then 10 p.m. we'll get into some mess over here. All right, let's see.
What concert are you going to?
Tomorrow I need to finish. Meg Short is on here, baby. So I need to finish Meg Short. I watched the trial today, but I don't
No,
think
you just said something about a concert.
what?
You said something about a concert.
No, a concert.
Oh, okay,
Christmas,
okay.
so they
I
have
thought you said
kids.
a concert.
No, they have kids out there singing and off key and stuff like those kids could be singing off key, but like I was here. Last year they had a concert. Same kids, and they had musical instruments. The tuning was off. I don't know. So we'll see what they do tomorrow. But we'll be out there clapping and everything. So that's my baby. That's my baby.
Does she play an instrument or does she sing in the chorus?
She, my kid apparently sings. She
Oh,
apparently sings, but the
I
words are
know,
off a little bit.
around
Yeah.
her age, I played the clarinet.
Oh, she plays the violin, but
Okay.
as for the singing, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about my baby singing, but
Oh,
that's my
my
girl
singing
though.
all off. I'm so off key, and it's so sad 'cause my mom can sing,
Oh yeah.
sing, and I can't hold a note.
No, I definitely cannot sing. I mean, when I was younger, I know
I
this
can
is like
dance.
how random this channel gets. What's that?
I said I can dance. Like I was a dancer, like cheerleading and the drill team and stuff like that. I could dance, but singing, not
I
allowed.
don't know. I know people always, when I was younger, people always asked if I could sing, but I'm like, nah, cannot do that. Cannot do that. So, oh, it's a Christmas concert, Brooklyn. So I don't know if it's called a Christmas concert, but uh, it has nothing to do with religion. But I guess let's say a holiday concert.
Nothing in school is dealt with religion anymore.
Yeah. So
Do they
Brooklyn,
even do
what
they
questions
even
are you referring
stand?
to? Huh?
Do they even stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance anymore?
I don't know. I mean, my daughter knows that she definitely did not learn it from me.
But I
So
know that we back in the day we used to do it in school every morning.
yeah.
But I don't even think they make them do that anymore.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just know that I have to be somewhere tomorrow and I'm going to be a proud mama. And
I know that's right. Record it, honey. Make sure you got your camera.
when I was younger, I always used to cry at these things, but I don't cry anymore. So all right, folks, thanks for hanging out with me. Shout out to Jasmine, shout out to Real Thing. Let's see what else. Big shout out to Sarah. Um Flesh of the Gods live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out his channel. And then I'll start my live 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Uh Big shout out to Jerome and Old Bag. I did not see Old Bag in here, but yeah, Old Bag's not in here. Let's see what else are we missing. I don't know. Big shout out to Sammy though, and I'll be ironing. So I need
Hey,
to get ironing. So All
try
right,
Diggy.
folks.
Try Diggy Alley. You know we're going.
Shout out to Diggy. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to FFS. Shout out to Greg. Shout out to Brooklyn. Who I think that's everybody. Did I leave? And shout out to the replay crew. Okay, all right. Big shout out to Jerome. We missed you. So
Make sure you
shout out
email
to
me.
Real Thing. I think I already said shout out to Real Thing though. Oh, shout out to Mumu. I need to
You
figure
didn't
out.
say shout out to Brooklyn.
I said shout out to Brooklyn.
Oh.
Yeah, and I believe FFS says that Flash takes 7 to 14 days to reply to emails. Like I do take a long, I do take a long time to reply, but that's how it pans out sometimes. All right, love you, Jasmine. Talk to you guys
I
tomorrow.
love you too. Make sure you email me. We can talk. So we
Yeah,
can
no, we
talk.
need to talk. There's something going on there. I'm actually gonna email you right now. All right.
All
Good
right.
night, folks.
Good
Bye.
night.